Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of RedReadyman. First off, a big apology to everybody. I haven't been streaming and I haven't been posting. I've really been super unwell. Both me and my partner went and got tested for COVID on Saturday after the community day because we weren't well, and we were negative, but we're both suffering a lot with what seems like common cardinal flu, but yeah, not been great. I have had this video planned for a little while, but I just haven't had time to put it together, so I really apologise for that. I don't like letting you guys down, but we have it now. So we have some matches from Open Master League. Open Masters is very predictable, and it's very hard to kind of add too much spice in there. But the reason I wanted to make this video was Giratina Origin is available for all of us. We can still get it in raids, and you can get lots of candy to pair it up. The game is trolling me a little bit. I've done 62 Giratina Origin raids so far, no hundo and no shiny. It's unbelievable. I've never known a shiny be so hard for me to get. This is a 98% IV one. It's 15, 15, 14, I think. It says that with confidence. It's good enough, and it performs really well, and that was a lot of the reason why I wanted to put this video together. So let's get into the video and see what we come up against here. So have to remember to click Master League. I've also best buddying my Mew Two. I could also best buddy Zekrom, but Mew Two for me is the lead that I need to do well. Now this is it's actually not a bad matchup if I go for the Shadow Ball, but I'm not going to go for Shadow Ball because I'm just going to go for this try and Psy Strike spam it. It's another way of playing it. You see, it's not very effective, but it does some. And what I tend to do most of the stuff is shield up, but on this occasion I'm not. I'm letting the Rock Slide come through because they let that Psy Strike go through. Now they're going to shield this one, I would imagine, which means I'm going to have to start committing shields here. I mean, my other Pokemon will do well against this, but I think my best win condition is to keep Mewtwo healthy, and hope that I can. And they duck out. And I don't see what they duck out into. I'd already clicked, so I do have to throw the charge move. That's great. Happy for that because Zekrom can come in with Dragon Breath and do quite a bit of damage. Now, I am going to shield here because the Shadow Ball will one-hit me. Ominous Wind would take me pretty low. They get the boost, which is unfortunate, but luckily I'm able to farm down and come out without too much damage done. Now, they do have a shield advantage and they've now got Switch, but actually Garchomp, I can deal with the Garchomp in many ways, and I get their final shield, which is great. I am going to just go overfarm just a little, and I got greedy. I overfarmed too much, hoping this is a Sand Tomb, and it isn't. It's an Outrage that knocks me out with all of that energy, which is really unfortunate, but that's okay because they come in with their Melmetal and they throw their energy. It will kill me, but now it's up to Giratina O to come in and do all of the damage. So Giratina O will tank a Rock Slide. It will do around about 30-40% of my health. Sorry about the notification there. I was actually around about 20% of my health, so that's okay. I'm going to go for the Ominous Wind because it's the most energy efficient, and I think I need to come out of this with some energy. Luckily, I'm able to farm down just a little more, and now I'm going to go for the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball should one-shot here, and this should be GG's. Yeah, GG's there to my opponent. Well done to them. So Giratina Origin coming in there at the end and sweeping up there, and it is just a very good generalist. Its moves are really spammy. Shadow Ball, we know, can do a lot of damage to lots of Pokemon. So I actually enjoyed using Giratina Origin. It is very tempting to go for the Ominous Wind because you can potentially get a boost. Now what I should have done here was I should have farmed up to the Shadow Ball, but I throw the Psy Strike, just going for some spam here, And like the other game, I am going to be very keen on my shields here. So whatever this Snorlax wants to throw at me, I am going to shield, because it looked like it could have built up to an earthquake, and I don't want to lose that energy. It's just a body slam, but body slams will do enough damage. So I've overfarmed just a couple of turns of energy to throw this one, and I get their shield, which is great, because now when they come at me, I'm comfortable. I am going to use my shield. That's good. So I want to keep this Mewtwo happy. Nobody likes to see a Mewtwo spamming Psy Strikes. It really is just, it can be quite devastating. So it takes them out. I maintain lead. They do have a shield advantage, but at this point, my Mewtwo is still relatively healthy. And this is great. Like, I am going to get a shield here, I would imagine, with the Psy Strike. It's going to do neutral damage, and will really put pressure on the shields there. Now they're going to farm me down, which is very unfortunate, but I do get another Psy Strike just before they take me out, and this is going to do a lot of damage. So they're going to have to throw energy at me here, which I have 2 healthy Pokemon in the back, and I'm about to take out their third. So I'm going to come in with Zekrom and just quickly farm down. I don't want to take too many of those quick moves. Now they have their own Mewtwo in the back. Crunch is going to do quite a bit to this Mewtwo. And I still have the Giratina in the back, so I'm ready for them to throw energy, and we managed to farm them down with 2 virtually healthy Pokemon. So GG's to my opponent there. That was it's a good start. Mewtwo is a fantastic lead, because there's not many things that really kind of massively counter it in the meta. So the likelihood of you having to swap out, I mean, you saw probably a big counter before. Now here's some spice, Cobalion, and I'm like, can't remember what Cabalion's move is, and then I remember it's Sacred Power, isn't it? So that I don't remember it until they throw the move. So I do have to shield this Sacred Power coming in now, because I'm nervous of like what it could be, and that they haven't kind of ducked out. I could have very easily tanked that. I'm over farming just a little bit to make sure I leave this matchup with energy, or I get to the Psy Strike before they get. If they shield, but they don't. So we have committed a shield. Now I want to get to the Shadow Ball here, because Shadow Ball will just do oodles of damage. I'm expecting a shield because they have the shield, and they do, but it was worth the gamble. So they're going to have to throw their Dragon Claw at me here. I am going to shield, because the Dragon Breath is not doing a lot to me, and I think I can get to another Shadow Ball. I chicken out and throw the Psy Strike. I should have gone for the Shadow Ball, but they are close to another Dragon Claw, but I get their final shield, which is great. See, I did try to swap out there, wasn't able to, and this Dragon Claw will take me out. But in comes Giratina O. Now, the Dragon Claws will do a lot of damage, but the Ghost moves on Giratina O will do an awful lot more. So I'm going to get to the Shadow Ball, and then I'm just going to throw it. This should one-shot the Giratina A and take it out. Not quite, but they duck out into their own Mewtwo. Now if I can get to the Shadow Ball here, I can't. It's unfortunate, but I know Zekrom will have a little bit of play here if I can get to the Crunch. So in comes Zekrom, and I'm going to just try and get to the Crunch. I can take a Psy Strike. It's going to do a lot of damage, but I can take it. So I know I'm okay here, and now I just have to get to that Crunch, and there we go, onto the Crunch. This should finish off their Mewtwo, and leave me with a little bit of energy just to, and there we go, fades before it even comes in. So GG's to my opponent there, well done. And well done for bringing some spice in the Cobalion. Very impressed with that, that's very good. So we go into the 4th game here. So we're 3-0 and doing well. Let's see what we come up against as a lead here. So another Mewtwo, and a best buddy Mewtwo at that, but everybody knows that shinies do better. Now, the play is to build up to a Shadow Ball, but I don't want them to know I've got a Shadow Ball. I want them to think I'm just going to throw Psy Strikes. I'm confident that with this Mewtwo, it is a 15-14 as well, I think. So I'm confident I will get CMP. I'm just going to throw another Psy Strike. This will get their shield. And it does, and then we're going to farm up, and they're going to throw their Psy Strike now. Am I going to shield it? Yeah, I do shield this one. I think my play here is I'm going to try and get to the Shadow Ball. I'm not. No, I'm going to throw the Psy Strike as well to get their shield. It depends how much they want to keep this alive, and they do, so that's fantastic. I can take this Psy Strike because you can see they've taken one and still with plenty of health. And now I'm just going to go for the Psy Strike. Yeah, so here we go. We throw this. Now they still don't know I have Shadow Ball on this Mewtwo, which is really important for whatever comes in because they're just thinking, oh, Psy Strike. But now, yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to survive here long enough to get to the Shadow Ball. We throw the Psy Strike again. It does enough damage. I mean, he's nearly half health there. What am I going to come in with here? This is a really tough one because Dialga, I like, they all do okay against it. Unfortunately, I don't get to the Ominous Wind in time. I don't think I CMP'd, I don't think I clicked enough, and they Draco Medium me, which is really not good for me at all. But this is fantastic. So Kyogre, I can tank Surfs, so I'm fine taking this. And what I want to do is build up to two Wild Charges. Because of the debuff, you don't really want to throw until you have to. So I throw this. This should one-shot the Kyogre and take it out, which is great. And then in the comes second one, and GG's to my opponent. There's nothing they can do there. That was very unfortunate for them. But yeah, GG's. They were just in enough range for that Wild Charge. I really wouldn't want them to get any energy on me because I was severely debuffed at that point. So we go into the final game, and we are met with Landorus, and this is a great lead for us. Very happy to see this, but they duck out and they go into their Zekrom. Now I decide to hang on in there. Now if this Shadow Ball connects, I'm laughing, and sometimes with a swap you do lose track of the moves. And went for the big shot and it didn't quite pay off. I am going to shield here because the crunch will do quite a bit of damage to me, and I don't want to do that, but I'm going to try for the Ominous Wind, see whether I get a boost and whether I get their final shield. I did build up to the Shadow Ball, so this should make them shield, which it does. Unfortunately, no boost. Can't get to another one, so I'm going to shield because I want to get to this move. I want to get rid of this Zekrom. I go for Ominous Wind here because I believe it's enough to take out. I don't need to go for the Shadow Ball, and it isn't. So that's just my noobiness of playing this new team. So I'm really thinking, what do I do here? Because Zekrom Dragon Breath's going to do a lot of damage, but I'm going to be able to farm them down quicker and take them out with that energy, which is really advantageous for me. Now, here I shouldn't have swapped out. I should have just gone for the match and hoped that I could have survived. Shadow Ball here is probably the wrong call, but I want to do as much damage as I can before they get off their Iron Head to me. Now, if I'd have gone for two Psy Strikes, I believe I would have got to it and I would have taken them out. So again, me not really understanding this team as well, and here I'm over farming just so I can come out with a little bit of energy at the end. I throw the crunch, which should take them out here, just takes them out. Now this Landorus, yeah, I mean, it's going to be super effective against me, and there's not a lot I can do here. Yeah, and just not quite there. So GG's to my opponent there. I think this is a good team. I actually really like the team. I think Giratina O just gives it a little bit more consistency and gives it a little bit more coverage. Mewtwo, we know, is a fantastic Pokemon in Open Masters, and having a good one for the mirror match and having it best buddies definitely gives you that advantage. No, I think there's lots of play in it, and I'm really enjoying using it. How is your Master League going? Are you focusing on Premier? Are you also having a delve into Open? Be really interested to hear where you are. Slowly recovering my elo. I really was in the depths. I've recovered nearly 350 points since coming out of Ultra, which is pretty phenomenal. I do think that I'm at a point now where I'm kind of meeting people of a very similar skill of playing the game, and I just need to get better to start climbing up. But I'm not unhappy. If I can be around there come the end of the season, then it's been a good season. Listen, again, thank you for watching. If you're at this point, really grateful. Really sorry that I haven't been around. I think you can tell my level of enthusiasm is tempered because of how I feel. But hopefully I will get back to recording soon. But what are you still doing here? Let's go Pogo.